Hello and welcome to another team update. It is George from Fantasy Take TV. And today we'll just go over my current team. It's changed a little bit over probably the past day or two, just with all the training reports. So cannot get enough of those. Lots of players getting hype. Most of their mid prices are changing, but yeah, at this point of the season, we just want as much data as possible so we can make a decision before round one. But also we had a big announcement. We launched fantasytaketv.com, so check it out. It's mostly a platform for our premium content. So we'll go over that just quickly. So you get five podcasts. I think the most important one here will be the mid-pricer podcast, which will be later in the preseason. Yeah, as you can see, my team's just mid-pricers galore at the moment. I do love a lot of the guys in the 300k range this year. So that'll be heavily discussed. Player profiles, so probably written on about 70 plus players, something like that, including rookies. So a bit less writing for rookies and then a few paragraphs for the mid-prices and premiums. A bit less for injured players, but obviously not that important at the moment. You get our rankings, premium, mid-price and rookie rankings. That'll change throughout the preseason. Members Q&A videos, drop a question in the Discord and we'll do a video on that. So there'll be 3 of those throughout the preseason. Have your team rated on our YouTube channel. So yes, DM us your team and it'll go up on one of our YouTube channels. Bunch of articles, bunch of leagues and group chats for your league on Discord if you like getting a bit more involved with smaller group of people. So did that last year and it seemed to be okay, but hopefully we get a few more this year. Enough of that. So yeah, $25 for that for the whole preseason, and yeah, appreciate the support so far. So I had I think 20 odd people sign up on the first night, so that's going well so far. So very happy. But yeah, loved working on that, and a bit of a challenge. Did set ourselves the challenge of big step making your own website, but did get a bit of help from Hammy in the Discord, who would be stuffed without him with all the technical stuff. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Now we'll get into the team. So this preseason, more mid prices are popping up, more good preseason reports, and I think the premiums I'm pretty keen on a few players, and that hasn't really changed over the past few weeks. A few I'm tossing up between. So like in defense, I don't mind Doherty, but I just don't know how Carlton look when they have all their players back. Like Walsh comes back in. And then I think Kennedy and I think Hewitt's fine, but Kennedy's not sure he's training at the moment. But yeah, they've had off-season surgery, so bit of talk. Well, they said Doherty's been training in the midfield, and then in the intra-club he played mostly half-back. So who knows where he's playing? So if you get shifted around a lot, he can still score well, but a lot of mouths to feed at the Carlton Football Club. But anyway, at the moment, Cicely Dawson, I do think you could get away with 0, you could get away with 1, just very expensive, fairly overpriced, but a lot of the defender, mid-prices and rookies are a bit up in the air at the moment, and until they solidify themselves, then maybe we can drop a Sicily at D1, so we'll see how we go. Nick Dacos, lots of hype around Nick Dacos. So second year player, I think his ownership's inflated because he is Nick Dacos, the prodigy. But I think played through a bit of injury last year, so bit of upside, another preseason, and just love watching him play. So he's in for now. Hasn't really moved either. I used to have Ed Richards here, but Elliot Yeo I've put in. I'm not too sure. He definitely needs a flawless run from here for him to stay in the team. At the moment, something goes wrong, he's out. But apparently he's taking kick-ins off halfback. Without Hernan, I don't think Hernan was playing or something like that, but I still think they'll give him to him if he plays down back. So his ownership's really high. It's going up and up and up. I'm a bit skeptical on this one, but if last year taught me anything, sometimes it's okay to go with the pack and you go down with the ship with everyone else if something goes wrong, just because of the upside of the price. So no West Coast defenders score really well, and he might see a bit of mid-time as well as defense, but yeah, I think he went 100 plus 5 or 6 years ago at halfback, but yeah, different Elliot Yeo now. Been through a lot of injuries, so yeah, I only need him for probably 6, 7, maybe 8 rounds, possibly more, but yeah, very nervous on this one, but a little bit protected by ownership. So Don't love it at the moment, but it is growing on me. And if he continues to have a strong preseason, he probably will stay in. So we'll see. And then Godin and McKenna, I think, hopefully both at halfback. Make some money. Rookies, I do have a 102 and a 117k rookie at the moment. Don't know if that will work. If not, then we'll have to find a solution. This ad is very annoying. But anyway. Moving on to the midfield. So Oliver and Bont, I think they're my two favourite mids as options. Oliver's expensive, and I'm not against going against Oliver. He's 700k. People who don't pick him will get him cheaper. But if last year taught me anything, I didn't start McRae. Everyone had McRae, and I missed out on early captain scores, and it really sucked. And this year, Oliver's in 50%. He's probably going to be the main captain for everyone. And if he does well and I pick the wrong captain, it's going to suck really bad. I think I had Tuke in round 3 last year. The week he got double tagged or something. I think it was round 2 or 3, maybe round 4, something like that. And yeah, it was just, Steele wasn't playing super great either early. So my captains were just a bit iffy. So I think the pack will have Oliver. Go with the pack there. For captains, if it wasn't a captain option, if captains were turned off, which obviously they're not, I wouldn't pick him. But still 700k, best midfielder in the league, arguably top 3 at least. He's in. But yeah, bit of comfort knowing that you got Clary Oliver, Bontempelli, bit more mid time hopefully, less forward time, no Dunkley, simple as that really. Fully fit, went overseas again to train. One of my favourite players to watch, so he's in. Tom Mitchell's an interesting one of the hardest ones to read, I think, this year, just because of the new club and how he went last year and stuff like that. But think about it, he'll be at the coalface, he'll be hungry for success, I think, and he'll want to do well and prove that he's still one of the top midfielders in the comp, which he wasn't last year, but did all right the year before. And I think the year before, he started a bit slow for some injury in preseason, something like that. I think maybe shoulder. I can't exactly remember. But nonetheless, he's in for now. He's decent value, and I think a lot of people will run one of these, like an LDU or a Tom Green, in this sort of spot. Some are running 2. I think I'll just go the 1, because I do really, really like the other mids we have on offer. I really like Callum Mills. I like Tuke. I think McRae will be okay. Could be better than that. Not too sure, but McRae's probably the one. I'm sure I'm missing as well. So there's heaps of mids that I want to get in. So I want to limit how many of these 550-ish players to get in. So yeah, Mitchell is in for now. And then my mid prices are Hopper and Sheed. So I like Hopper. I think everyone will have Hopper. And then Dom Sheed. Well, I ran the numbers on Sheed, and he needs very high CBAs to score, but looks like he will get an inside mid role. AFL Fantasy is probably more suited to this sort of pick, or he's more suited to the pick in AFL Fantasy. I think the last season, full season he played, he went 82 in Supercoach, 91 Fantasy. So, going to get a little bit of Toronto vibes here, but I think he's 27, senior body. I think he needs to lead that midfield with Tim Kelly. With a lot of their older guys are older and injury prone. So Dominic Sheed is in for now, and then I've got McLean in the mids. I think Ashcroft everyone will have, McLean everyone will have, and Phillips everyone will have. So I guess some people could put Phillips on the bench, but I think most people have him M8. So see how he goes. And then like your rookies here, Jury's playing halfback. Apparently he's like a 176 centimeter defender, but played forward mid in junior years, so maybe that role change sticks. We'll see how we go. Oscar Baker, haven't really heard much on, and I think Johnson's had a few good reports, so might be competing with Erasmus for a spot. Now in the ruck line, I have the English Marshall setup. Not the biggest fan of the Darcy Cameron pick, although if he's solo rucking, then I will probably need to bring him in, or at least consider him. So you never know what they're going to do week to week with the rucks, but hopefully Collingwood will tell us what they're doing. But for now, English apparently is having a good preseason, and Marshall reports on him seem to be really, really good. So again, the issues with Tim English, we know, like concussion and cops all these knocks and did the hammy last year, but I think the upside is pretty massive, especially now that they got Lob up there in the forward line, so no shenanigans with Jordan Sweet or something like that. So, well, you'd hope so anyway. So he's in for now, and yeah, it's probably gonna stay. The only other two, I guess, I already said Darcy Cameron, but your Jared Witts, I don't mind. I think he's very durable and no clear threat of second ruck, so I do like the Witts pick, but it is probably overpriced. And then the forward line, it's might be a bit sore on the eye for some people, but I got the Dunkley Rose Taranto combo. I think that will stay, and that has sticked. Dunkley and Taranto going nowhere. Maybe Rosie stays, maybe he goes, but I think I like him a lot, so he'll stay. Wayne Miller I have at the moment playing half back, so he's crept into the team. Playing half back, so yeah, as I said, good preseason reports. I think he will be much more motivated to play half back because he has no interest playing anywhere else other than half back. There's always the chance that he gets pulled out of that role. I think defensively probably wasn't the best from memory, but offensively was okay. Did have the odd clanger, the odd blunder here and there, but for the most part, his production is quite good when playing off halfback and he's fully fit, and that's the case at the moment. So he's in. I think he can do 90 plus. Probably best case though. So I think he's done it before over probably, I think it's a 13 game stretch. So we'll see how he goes in the preseason. I have Connor McDonald at the moment, so out of the Hawthorn mids, I think I'll start one of them. Warple or McDonald, just depends on what their mid time looks like and how they look in the preseason. They could easily just throw McDonald, 20-30% CBAs half forward for the rest of the game. That would be a disaster, I think. We need much more mid time than that. But I did play mid in the intra club they had on Australia Day. So hopefully that sticks. And they played Warple half forward, which shocked me, but that's a little concerning. Then we got Sam Flanders at F6. The Gold Coast are seriously pumping his tyres, so you would think that he plays mid, at least gets 40%, something like that. So that's what we're running at the moment. I do like the this is why I said the mid-pricer podcast in our membership thing will be the most important podcast we do, because I'm a big fan of the, at the moment, 11 premiums plus, counting Nick Dacos as a premium, plus your 300k types like your Yo, your Sheed, your Miller, your McDonald, Flanders, Warple. Taron Thomas apparently was taking kick-ins, so he's on the radar, and might be missing one or two plays. I can't remember. Like your Jack Bosen down back as well. Nick Caulfield, another one. So yeah, all those players going to be key to what combination we go with. Going to be very important. So I think I like the idea of none of these rookies on the field, just because of especially the sub rule. A lot of these guys, if they're not best 22, they're probably on the fringe of it, which means they're like a threat to start as a sub or threat to be subbed off. So yeah, that's what we're rolling with at the moment. I am fairly happy with it at the moment. I just the other one I like is Oscar Allen. I think looks like he's in for a good year, but West Coast, last time he played, West Coast won a lot more games than 2 games, and he scores a lot better in wins and losses. So that is a slight concern, but he looks really good at the moment, and he's rucking. He might do a bit of rucking up forward, but not up the ground by the sounds of it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about your teams and whatnot. So should be good. Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.